So welcome to the structural analysis 2 video lecture. So in the previous video I have explained you the formula regarding the continuous beams with simply supported and overhanging ends. So here when we come across, so we can see the modified MFAB as MFAB plus 0.5 into balancing moment at B and MFAB minus 0.5 into unbalanced moment at B. So coming to that, so a small problem, numerical problem is solved here using this video. So here, so this is a continuous beam as shown in the figure. Yes. So this is analyze the continuous beam shown in the figure by Canis method. The flexural rigidity is constant throughout. So if you see the beam here, at A we have a fixed support and at B we have a simply supported, that is roller, at C is roller. So in the middle whatever the support may be, but at the ends it must be a fixed support for the normal problem to complete. But here at D we have a simply supported, that is a roller support. So what is the thing that we can do is just modify by using the previous videos and complete the Canis method as usual. So the first thing we have to find is fixed end moments. So if you consider MFAB, so here FAB is a point load at the middle, so that is formula we have minus WL by 8 and that is we have WL by 8 here. So and MFBC, this is a UDL of 20 kN load and MFBC will be minus WL square by 12. So this is what we know regularly. Many problems have been done by the students. So in the same manner we will be finding the MFAB for CD and also DC. Right. So MFDC we cannot find because we cannot treat DC because we are treating D as fixed, but from D to C we cannot write directly. So MFCD we are taking it as minus WL by 8 and this is minus 25 kN meter. So what is the change that we see here using Canis method for a simply supported end? So the modification of fixed end moments as the span CD has an end of simply supported instead of a fixed end. So what is that modification? That is nothing but MFCD is equal to MFCD minus 0.5 into unbalanced moment at D. Fine. So this is the modified MFCD. This is the modified MFCD. So this is the formula we have, and minus 25 minus 0.5 into unbalanced moment at D. So what is this unbalanced moment at D? That is shown here. So at D we can take, this is 50. At D the unbalanced moment is nothing but 25. So here we can see MFCD is equal to minus 25 we have got already. So that is what we are taking it. We cannot consider as this is not a overhanging beam. We cannot take the beam moment from CD. So I got a small confusion there. So let's take minus 25. Let's take 25 as a unbalanced moment at D. Fine. So unbalanced moment will be 25. Fine. This is minus 37.5 we are getting. Next. And we know that MFDC is taken as 0, and because moment from D will be 0 as the end is simply supported. So we have to find the rotation factor. So RF is equal to minus 1 by 2 K by sigma K. So this formula is already explained and the type of problems are already we have learnt in the previous videos. So the stiffness is 3 EI by L, we know already. Only for span CD it is 3 EI by L. Okay. For other spans the stiffness is 4 EI by L as usual. So considering the joint B, we have the members BA and BC, and that is 4 EI by L, EI, EI, and sigma K is the summation of EI and EI, that is 2 EI, and rotation factor is solved by using this minus 1 by 2 into K by sigma K. So remember these formulas, the stiffness is taken from the slope deflection method, or sorry, from movement distribution method, and also from Canis method. So Canis method is somewhat different, this tabular column is somewhat different. So these are the rotation factors, and also from joint C we can take CB and CD, and 4 EI by L, 3 EI by L, these two we can add this, we get 1.75 EI, and these are the rotation factors of minus 0.286 and minus 0.214. So these are the rotation factors. So coming to this diagram, so what is this diagram? This is already explained. So a box will be one rectangular box, and inside one more rectangular box will be drawn here, and we are writing this minus 25, 25, minus 26.67, 26.67, and minus 37.5 are the fixed end moments at the joints A, B, C, and at joint D there is 0 fixed end moment. So doing this tabular column, sorry, this chart is important in Canis method. So this is also explained here. So when we see, this is the first rotation contribution line. So this minus 0.25 and minus 0.25 are the rotation factors, and minus 0.286 and minus 0.286 are also the rotation factors, and minus 1.676 is the sum of these two, 25 and 26.67. So if we calculate here using, we get 25 minus 26.67. So we get it as minus 1.67 I have written in this box. And if we consider at joint C, 26.67 minus 26.67 minus 37.5. So this we have got as minus 10.8. This is what I have written in these two the boxes. So this is the sum of the movements. Sum of the movements here I have done already. This is minus 1.67 and also minus 10.8. So RC1 you cannot write RC1 directly. So just for understanding I have written RC1. So how we have got this 0.42 value, that I will tell you now. So if you see the calculation here, so at joint D, sorry, at joint B, if you consider M bar BA will be the movement at BA due to these rotation contributions and that, and 0.25 is nothing but minus 0.25 into, we have to use this value minus 1.67, so that is the sum of the moment value, plus we don't have any far end contribution, so I am writing it as 0. So if you consider this, the answer will be we have a small interruption here, so let me calculate again. So if you calculate this thing, minus 0.25 into minus 1.67, that is minus 0.25 into minus 1.67 plus 0. The value is 0.42. So there is a small problem here. So the value will be minus 0.42. So in the same manner, we have to calculate this value also. But here, taking the far end contributions, we have to consider this value. We have to consider this 0.42 value here. And the same manner, same here. So if you look at these four values, 0.42, 0.42, 2.98 and 2.23. So are these values present in RC1? 0.42, 0.42, 2.98 and 2.23. Yes, they are written in the first line. So right main. So for demo or for knowing that thing, we can write one time only in the examination. One rotation contribution is enough, and also if possible we can make two rotation contributions also. So here we have to consider, look at this, the second iteration. In the second iteration 0.25 and 1.67, these are, so if you consider this BC, look at this BC and look at this BC. 0.25 will be same, minus 1.67 will be same, but here as this is the first time we have 0 far end contribution, and here we have far end contribution as 2.98. Okay, so and this 0.33 value is taken for the next step. So this is what you must be careful while solving this problem. So similarly, rotation contributions 3 we also found in the same procedure. So if you look at the rotation contribution 3, so we can see similarity 2.99 and 2.9, 3.19 and only 0.02 difference is there. Here we have 0.05 and here we have 0.05. So this can be considered as final thing. So if you are not satisfied, you can go for one more iteration. So we can also consider that iteration also taking into consideration. So the final moment calculations are done as usually. So this is the method that is adopted. So A, that is fixed end moments, plus 2 times near end contribution and 1 time far end contribution. So if we sum up these three, we get minus 25.38. In the same manner, if we sum up all this, we get that value. And coming to D. So in the previous video I have told that the final moments that simply supported will be 0. So have we got 0 here? Yes, we say. So that is the beauty of the structural analysis. So whenever we are studying the in English sentences in the structural analysis, some phrases, so we cannot understand until we solve a problem. So that's the reason solving the problems is most important in Canis method and any other method in structural analysis. So that's all regarding this video. Thank you for watching to this.